What's up, Fit Fam? Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you because today we're going to do a recap on my last Strongman competition. Now, I did compete in January. At the very end of January, I did a powerlifting and an Olympic lifting event, and it was just for fun. It wasn't for anything specific. I didn't go in assuming to win, assuming to lose, nothing. It was purely for fun and the experience. But last September, I competed in my first Strongman competition since being in West Virginia. Now, if you guys have been through a few of my other videos, you probably know by now that I have competed previously while living in Iowa. I have been nationally qualified, and then we moved to West Virginia, which is where I'm at right now. I decided to jump into this competition in September, which was the Strongest Man and Woman of the Forest. It was located in Elgin, West Virginia, so if anybody is familiar with that location, or if maybe you do this every year. Last year, it was the 12th competition, so they've been doing this for a while. But I decided to do this competition in September because it would have been 6 months post-op from my second ACL surgery. Now, I know I've deleted all of my previous YouTube videos before I restarted my channel, and so you guys can't see any of that stuff beforehand. I should have just made it private, but I didn't really know what I was doing on YouTube at the time, so I thought deleting it was my only option, so that's what I did, and so now they're gone forever. But when I had my first ACL surgery, I competed exactly 6 months to the day after my first ACL surgery, and I placed third. So in true Tanya fashion, I wanted to compete 6 months post-op number 2. So that's what I did. I'm going to send you into the video just to get a recap of the actual events that I did. So this video isn't for anything other than just a little reminiscing, because I love to compete, whether it's strongman, bodybuilding, just for fun competitions like the powerlifting and Olympic lifting event that I did in January. I just love the rush, the adrenaline, the getting ready for things, the unknown of not really knowing how I'm going to do. And so competing is definitely a part of the reason why I even lift weights. That's part of the reason why I work out every day, why I eat well. It's just a part of who I am. So let's go ahead and head on into the video. So the first event of the day was a truck pull. So I was actually very, very nervous about this event going into it, because when you are doing a truck pull and your body is semi-parallel with the ground while you're pulling, it does put a lot of pressure on your knees, hamstrings, your glutes. Everything is activated in order to pull that truck behind you. And so I was so nervous going into it because my knee was still healing. It still is to this day, but 6 months post-op is a lot closer to surgery than 9 months. The next event was something that I went into kind of knowing that I was going to win ahead of time. So just a tip for the newcomers: if you go into a competition and if somebody asks you what your max weights are, either lie about it or not answer, because that's exactly what I did. I asked the competitors what their weights were, so I already knew before I went in and lifted anything that I could beat them, or the weights that I needed in order to beat them. So that's what I did. And I even set a state record for my log press. Next up, I had a wagon deadlift. Now this one was a little bit tricky because I trained differently for this. So I trained this event as if it was a car deadlift, which I have done in the past. And so I didn't bring the right wrist straps. I didn't really go into it expecting to lift it the way I did. So in a car deadlift, you are actually facing outward. You're not actually facing, like in this instance, I was actually facing the wagon. I assumed it to be similar to a car deadlift, which you're facing the other direction. I was under the impression that the lift was going to be different. Next up was the medley, and I was actually feeling pretty decent about this overall because it was a little bit of running and it was things that I could lift. I know that I can lift stones. I know that I can also lift a Mauser block, and the duck walk was actually new to me, but I had trained it a little bit previously, so I didn't feel too bad about this one. Now lastly is something I have never ever done, nor do I really care to do again, I guess. Maybe that's just me. But this event was bar bending. Now, I know some people live and breathe this stuff, but me, I'm an old-fashioned girl. I just like to pick stuff up and put it back down. I, in no way, shape, or form, want to bend a bar ever again. But boy, oh boy, did it make everybody at work sure impressed with me. I placed last in this event, and I am completely okay with that because I had no idea what I was doing, nor did I train it prior to going into this. So it was fun to do something different, but it's not something that I would like to do again. So overall, I ended up placing first for this competition, so that actually got me an invite to nationals. Needless to say, I wasn't able to go because my husband and I had just gotten married about 2 weeks before this, so all my vacation from work was all used up. But it was a ton of fun, and I'm so grateful that the weather was the way it was because it was gorgeous out. Now that we've done a full recap of my last competition, I wanted to just come on here really quick and say thank you all for your support, and I cannot wait to compete this weekend. So stay tuned because I will be posting as much content as I can for you guys so that way you can feel like you're kind of there with me. We are crossing our fingers and hoping for a nationals invite again because this time I'd actually like to go. The first year I wasn't able to go because I had my knee surgery. The second year that I qualified for nationals, I got married. So life happens, but that's okay. So for this year, we are definitely shooting for a nationals invite. But until next time, make sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any videos, as well as give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time.